Science is beginning to prove what metaphysics has been saying for centuries. That when you study life at the tiniest subatomic level, the tiniest level, that all of the particles seem to be on purpose and they're all interconnected in some mysterious way, and they're all sort of controlled by some force outside, some mystical thing, and they're all on purpose, and there's nothing random about any of it. That's all the new literature is coming out. There's nothing random, nothing happenstance in the universe. I find that so intriguing. If every subatomic particle is on purpose, and we're made out of those, then why not us? And when I see all of those people coming out of like when I was on Wall Street one day in New York, and I don't know if you've ever been there, at 5 o'clock, you go to Wall Street, and you watch thousands, millions of people. They're coming from underneath the ground, and they look like all these ants. Like an anthill, there's just millions of people coming out from underneath the ground on all of these little openings on all the streets and the subways, and they're all going someplace, or they're all going down into the ground, at 5 o'clock. And I look at them now, and I think they're all on purpose. They're all like those subatomic particles. They appear random to us because we're so limited in our vision. We tend to view everything from the limited perspective of our form. When you know that they're all on purpose, it stops you. You see that little old lady driving slow, you say, well, she's doing just exactly what she's supposed to be doing. She's right where she belongs. And you stop judging it and analyzing it.
When you have lunch tomorrow, have a salad. And when you have your salad, take that piece of lettuce and put it in your mouth and chew it up. And as you chew it up, notice that something happens in your mouth. Something called salivation. Saliva enters your mouth. Do you get up in the morning and say to yourself, oh, God, here we go again. I have to salivate again today. I'm so tired of this. Why me? Why every day? Salivate, salivate, salivate. It's all, if I could just have, you don't do that, do you? Salivation, not salvation, salivation is a principle that you are born into. And it works independent of your opinion about it. It doesn't care. When you start chewing up the lettuce, you have to swallow the lettuce, don't you? You don't say to yourself, I got to get the lettuce from here down to here. Does it ever go up? Do you ever go, and it's up here someplace? Never. There's a principle within you, this you that you are here, called peristalsis, which makes the muscles go down. There's a muscle movement that makes it go down rather than up. First I got to salivate, now I got to peristalse. Ugh, this is so depressing. You don't do that. Peristalsis is a principle that the I that is we, called you, is born into. And then you have to distribute that lettuce, mulch, throughout your entire system. You got to get some of it to your liver, and some of it's got to go to your armpit, some of it's got to go to your heart, some of it's got to go to your eye. You don't concern yourself with whether it's going to all go to the right, but miraculously, perfectly, somehow, the lettuce gets converted to the right nutrients all over your body. A principle, cardiovascular pulmonation. How many are sitting there right now beating their hearts? You got to do it 14,000 times every day. Are you doing that? Do you worry about that? Do you concern yourself? No. Your heartbeat is a principle that you were born into. If you can accept that and know that there are principles operating within you that allow you to function perfectly because you've surrendered to them, you don't think about them, is it so difficult to grasp that there are also principles in this larger body called humanity, of which you are a part as well? Because at the same moment that you are a single heartbeat in the body called humanity, you are also one beating heart.
Everyone who comes into your life in any capacity is valuable. The petty tyrants in your life are just as divine as those who provide you with encouragement and support. Emerson put this important lesson like this: The whole course of things goes to teach us faith. The whole course. This means everything that comes your way. Perhaps the single most significant person in my life, the one person who made the greatest difference for me and my own spiritual development, is a person who by all accounts was a petty tyrant. This man was my father. He abandoned his family, spent time in prison as a petty criminal, and was abusive toward his wife. At the age of 49, he died from excessive use of alcohol. I have no memory of him. My knowledge of him is based on what I heard and later discovered to be true when I investigated his life. Yet this petty, tyrannical con man was the main character leading to my transformation. I wrote about forgiving my father, and you'll see it when you believe it. I discarded the hatred and the bitterness that I had carried with me for a lifetime. A single act of forgiveness and letting go opened the way to my sacred quest and the writing, speaking, and living of the miracles I write about. I learned what I had to transcend. Make a list of all the people you have written out of your life as evil or scumbags. Write down everything that their presence taught you. Have you learned to not repeat victim behaviors? Reconsider that so-called scumbag's value to your life. You could not have learned the lesson without that person. The evidence for this is that you obviously needed to bring that person into your life because you did. Look for the fullness of God in everyone. Realize that in some unfathomable way, the fullness is operating even if you cannot see it.